Okay, greetings, everyone, and anything that may tune in. It's your boy Awayo, back at it again. Today's question I'll discuss on who do you think you are? What are you? Yes, what are you made of? We have all had these discussions everywhere in religion, Eastern, Western, about the soul. People say that some people sell their souls. Why is this soul that people sell? Where is it located? Maybe it's just the bottom of our feet, but they are all connected. I'll use the Bible reference so that people are familiar with it, can extend their understanding outside from that reference into other portions of reality, but I'll use it as my foundation. In the Bible, they say that God said the earth is like its footstool. Yeah, there's a reason why they use the foot, the stool there. Why does a stool need? Whether there's a foot need a stool? What was the language they are talking about? What were they meaning by saying earth is like a footstool? Something like that. Don't quote me exactly, but it's something along those lines. But you know what your body is to your soul is just like your foot is to your own body. Your own body is composed of many aspects that work together to form your organism and what you identify as yourself. That's what makes your organism. That's what makes you you. The matter of fact that your tongue is part of your organism, it doesn't have to understand what you're saying. It doesn't need to know vocabulary and all these things that you spit out, but it functions perfectly the way it's supposed to function. Even though it might not look in coordination with the rest of your being, but everything happens according to coordination of your being, even though most of it is unconscious. That's the same way we don't sit around telling our stomach to digest this food and that food. It just does that by its own awareness. Because you yourself, you're composed of many parts which are aware by themselves. And some of this awareness come together and form new combined awareness. And this new combined awareness come together and form new combined awareness. So in these various combinations and mixing up, you become what you are. The same way the elements of the earth are found in you, the chemical of your body, the chemistry of your being, your hormones and your emotions and your beliefs, they're all structured. They're all part of the framework in which you organize your being. And all of these structures are just an extension of your psyche, your imagination, your beliefs, and what you think is real that you are focused on. This is the same way you form your body, the same way you can focus and form your heart, the same way I believe we can make people regrow their legs, their limbs, if we tap into deep parts of our awareness and things like that. But it has to start by understanding who we are, what's our potential, what's our limit. Like our physicality itself, most of us don't even know what we're physically capable of. We're like a species who's half asleep, and thank God we are slowly waking up. It might take time, some it might be quick. It depends on your own personal history and the organization of your being. From which part of the psyche are you stemming from? And what things have you focused your life around or your body around? That's why some people choose to create a lame body when they come on this earth, because they choose to experience it that way. The reasons for the souls cannot be understood by parts of the soul, but the soul is the entirety of your being, not just you. Your soul is the entirety of your being. So who are you? Who do you think you are? And where do you think your limits reach? Going back to the analogy of the earth being the footstool of God, your body, I can use this analogy through association. Your body is like the earth. It's like the earth. So your soul takes your body like a footstool. it settles there for some time, but it keeps on moving. That's why you die. People say you're reincarnated, you get born again, things like that. But again, there's a misconception there, but I'll break it slowly as I come across these ideas with time. So you keep on stepping, you keep on moving. Your foot doesn't stay in one place. You keep on moving, things keep on changing. So the soul is the permanent part of all things that change. And the soul cannot be understood in a linear way. And that's why you cannot even go and do surgery or break down any animal part or any part of a being to find their soul. Just like the same way your kidney functions in coordination with other parts of your being to make you healthy and do what you do. By the way, your organs also store emotions. Your organs store specific emotions. Your lungs, heart, liver, kidney, thymus, spleen, all these, they store your emotions, and these emotions, which are just moving energy, compose what you consider yourself. And each part of the organism that's formed by this motion of energy comes up and become independent by itself. The functionality of a cell doesn't need to know how a kidney operates, let's say. Your cell doesn't need to know how a kidney operates, but your cell can be part of the kidney. But if you look how the network of cells together, the tissues they form together in a specific region, they form the organism. There's this unity in this. There's unity in the separation of being also. It just depends from where you're looking from. If you can look at it like a plane with different peaks, but all these peaks rise from the same plane. That's the same with your being. And this plane, I can consider it as the soul. So the soul stretches out into expression or action through different levels of reality. And some of this we have called our emotion, my body, my beliefs. And some of this, if we get rid of some old misconception of how we work, what makes us and who we are, I think we can break this limitation of understanding that we have. So, who are you? What are you? Based on what I've said today, you can ask yourself those questions and find out who you really are. And it's just like a way of getting out of this linear mentality to come and understand the broader reality, broadening your perspective based on your personality, who you are, and the things you gravitate towards. Just like there are specific emotions of yourself, they come together to form specific organs. You find that your being also, as an organism, as a being, it also emits emotions into the environment that help shapes the things that are around you. So the objects around you can be like some external part of your organism. They are still an extension of yourself. And this goes back to my video you can check out. The environment is the mind. Because through the mind, through your imagination, and through all these things that you visualize and see and believe in and anticipate for, you organize your being and you experience along what you call time, which we identify with. So let's say we have grown in a generation where we think that for you to get old, you need to become weak and your bones start hurting, you lose your hearing abilities and all that, because that's the belief that we have been raised in. If we change the belief, we can tell ourselves to do otherwise and operate in a more wiser way. Understanding who you are in the grander scale makes it easier for you to operate in this life and also in all variation of lives that your soul has expressed itself, because you're not just a single person. All parts of the soul interact with each other in time or out of time reference. That's where you go when you dream. That's where the things you see when you daydream. That's where your intuition comes from. That's where some of the solutions come from. They come from the broader part of you. So the question again goes, who are you? You can write in the comment section if you feel you have an idea who you are. I don't know who you are. All I can say, I'm trying to find out who am I really. what am I made up of? And with that, I'd say peace, amani, upendo. Let's build bridges.